Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I'm going to be talking about, the whole blocking and unblocking thing that kind of happens sometimes. So let's say you've got a crush or an ex that keeps on blocking you and unblocking you, or may have simply just blocked you, or it might be the case if they've just simply unblocked you the one time. But I know sometimes it can happen a lot. It's usually quite rare that kind of thing happens, but basically, I just kind of want to talk about what's kind of going on here when someone blocks you or why they may unblock you. And I've made a few videos about this in the past, but I feel like I've got some things new to add to this kind of topic. So obviously, if someone blocks you, and let's say it's someone that you've got a crush on, or it could be an ex, you kind of have to let them be. I've seen and I've heard from a lot of people that say to me, oh, my ex blocked me, or the girl that I liked has blocked me, or the guy that I've liked has blocked me. Should I reach out to them on a different platform because they haven't blocked me on Telegram, they haven't blocked me on LinkedIn, they haven't blocked me on Instagram, they've blocked me on Instagram but they haven't blocked me on Facebook. Should I message them? Should I do something? And my answer to that is no, you should not do that, because if they've blocked you, you have to assume that they've done that because they don't want to talk to you. And it can be a difficult thing, especially if you do have really strong feelings for them, but you cannot message them. And the reason why you should not message them is because clearly they don't want to talk to you. They may have blocked you on, let's say, like Facebook Messenger or Facebook, because that's how you were communicating with them the most. And they haven't really thought about Instagram yet because you haven't messaged them on those platforms, or you don't message them that much on those platforms. So they think it's pretty safe at the moment to not have you on those to not block you on those platforms as well. And they feel safe enough basically to not have to do that. And they're hoping that by blocking you, that you will get the hint and not message them, because if they've blocked you, they don't want to speak to you. They don't want anything to do with you. So it can be then obviously confusing if, let's say, said person then suddenly unblocks you. So what could this mean then? What could it mean if someone blocks you and then they unblock you? Now, as someone who's actually done this before in my life, where I've blocked someone and then I've unblocked them, I can only go really from my own experience, because I'm a life coach and I can only go from my own life experience. So basically, the reason why I blocked this particular ex and then unblocked them was because I thought by blocking them I was being immature. And to be honest, when I did block them, I was feeling, angry, butthurt, resentful. I was in a bad mood, and I blocked them. And then later on, a few weeks or days later, I can't remember exactly how long it was, I realized that I was being immature and I shouldn't have done that, and I felt kind of crappy about myself. So I decided to unblock them because I just didn't think it was the right thing to do, and I felt bad about doing it. I didn't feel good about myself. I thought it was a really immature thing to do. So I unblocked them, right? Some other things that I've noticed from other people is sometimes they unblock an ex or a crush because they're just being a bit nosy and they just want to see what you've been up to. It's not necessarily because they want to talk to you. It's not necessarily because they like you and they want you to talk to them, because sometimes I get messages saying, oh no, they unblocked me, but then they blocked me again. I feel like I missed my window to speak to them. I feel like they were doing it because they wanted me to talk to them. The answer is no. Like, if they wanted to talk to you and if they wanted you to talk to them, they would have reached out to you, right? Because they probably didn't even realize that you noticed that they unblocked you, right? Because I feel like, I know that from your point of view, if you're the one that's noticing that you're being blocked and unblocked, I realise that the reason why you're noticing is because you probably really care about this person, and therefore you're checking their social media pages a lot to see if they've unblocked you or blocked you and stuff like that. But from their point of view, they might not realise that you are looking that extensively at their social media pages. So therefore they don't even realise that you've noticed that they've unblocked you and things like that. So you're not missing a window when someone unblocks you and then they block you again. They're not trying to make you contact them by doing that. If they really wanted to speak to you, they would. Like, it makes common sense, right? If someone likes you, if someone wants to speak to you, if someone wants you in their life, they will make the effort to do that, right? It's just common sense. If someone really wants to be in your life, they will be in your life. If someone really wants to talk to you, they will talk to you. They will speak to you, you know? And, so if someone's blocking you and unblocking you and doing that kind of stuff, let it go. Don't do anything, right? The only way to tell if they want you in their life is if they send you a direct message. It doesn't mean squat if they block you. It doesn't mean squat if they unblock you, then block you again. It doesn't mean squat if they just unblock you and keep you unblocked. It doesn't mean squat if they like your posts on social media. It doesn't mean squat if they watch your stories on social media. It doesn't mean squat unless they reach out to you. And that's a direct message, because if they just comment on your stuff, it doesn't mean anything. It has to be a direct, private message to you. That's the best way to know if they still want you in their life in some way, right? Now, obviously the question then is whether or not you actually even want them in your life anyway. Because if they're doing things like blocking and unblocking you, it's kind of a bit, I personally think it's immature from my point of view, because that's what I personally viewed that as when I was doing it. But I know that some people do block for good reasons, like if someone's being a bit weird with them, being a bit too forward, and they don't feel safe, and then you can block people. Like some people do it that way for that reason, because they don't feel safe and they don't want that person to talk to them. Because I've done that before, and I've kept people blocked because of that reason, because that they were being too forward, or they were being pushy about something, or they were being mean, or they wanted to be with me when I didn't want to be with them, and they didn't stop persisting. Those kinds of things I have blocked people for and kept them blocked. So that could be the reason why they blocked you. But when it comes to this sort of thing, do you want them back? Because obviously, do you still want them in your life and things like that? Because, if they're blocking you and unblocking you and doing that kind of stuff, it's clear that they have mixed feelings about you. And, you want to be with someone who wants to be there. You want to be with someone who is 100% all in and enthusiastic about being with you. And if they're not like that, then basically you're just trying to settle for so much more less than what you actually deserve. So, from my point of view, I think that you should completely ignore people that block you and unblock you and do that kind of thing, and not speak to them, not try to pursue them, not try to have anything with them. Because clearly their heart's not in it 100%, because if it was 100%, then you two would probably be together in something romantic anyway. You two would be in a relationship. You two would be dating each other, right? That's what would be happening right now if they were 100% committed to you, right? And why bother with people that aren't like that aren't 100% committed? You want to be with someone who says yes to going out on dates with you. You want to be with someone who shows up to those dates, who's enthusiastic to be there, who really likes you, right? And if they're blocking and unblocking you and doing all this kind of stuff, it's clear that they don't like you enough, right? So you got to let it go, give up on them, and move on and find someone else. That's the best kind of solution, right? And it's difficult, especially if you have, I know it's easier said than done, because, if you have strong emotions attached to them, then fair enough, if you can't help but feel what you feel. But if they're just not into you, guys, they're just not into you. If they're doing that kind of stuff, they're just not interested. And you have to accept that fact and move on, despite how difficult it is. Because you deserve to be with someone who wants to be there. And that's all I have to say. So that was my video on unblocking and blocking and all that kind of stuff. If you'd like help with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.